What if I told you that two women suddenly got into a full-on physical altercation on the set of Love and Hip Hop?
Ah,
No one anticipated that they would fight.
ah.
This wasn't a trivial dispute over hairstyles or attire. Rather, it was barefaced security. Chaos, with Kendra G lunging across camera equipment, pointing in Rasheeda's face and yelling, "You always wanted Jock, you fake sneaky hoe." Yes, that did happen. And let me tell you something. This wasn't staged. It wasn't for the ratings. Producers had to stop the entire shoot because of the intense brawl that resulted from flirtatious remarks and suspicious collaborations. The worst part was that Jock was there, watching in silence, feeling guilty as hell. Now that leaked footage has flooded the internet, cast members are taking sides, and Rasheeda, well, she didn't leave quietly. Was Kendra jealous, or did she finally catch Rasheeda in the act? This is the moment when Love and Hip Hop turned into love and fistfights. Loyalty edition. And when you hear what Kendra screamed mid-fight, your jaw will drop. Let's get started. What began as a routine taping for the Love and Hip Hop reunion specially evolved into something that resembled the final round of a WWE pay-per-view event. And guess what? The two main contenders were Kendra G and Rasheeda Frost. Yes, you read correctly. The two women who have been teasing each other with courteous smiles and passive-aggressive remarks for years finally dropped the gloves. Rasheeda was sitting across from young Jock during what was supposed to be a quiet segment when she answered a softball question about friendship and loyalty in the industry. Cameras were rolling, lights were on, and the audience was quiet. Suddenly, Kendra, who had obviously not been invited to that particular segment, stormed onto the set like a woman possessed. In a warning, without hesitation, just pure, unfiltered rage, shouted across the soundstage. Everybody froze, including the producers, cameramen, and Rasheeda's wig, which may have stiffened in fear. This was the eruption that had been simmering for seasons, with backstage tension and suspicious glances on Instagram. However, no one expected Kendra to blow up on camera in front of a live audience. Let's be clear, this wasn't your typical Love and Hip Hop yelling match. This was a gloves-off security situation. The entire altercation lasted for minutes and 26 seconds, according to 3 different production assistants who have since vanished, but the fallout is still spreading like wildfire. Let's go back in time to the mess. Have you been following Rasheeda and Jock's interactions lately, particularly on Instagram Lives, behind-the-scenes videos, and those suspicious TikTok challenges? You know something's been off. For example, Rasheeda has been playfully slapping Jock's chest. Fans have been noticing the chemistry for months, and guess who else noticed it? Kendra allegedly confronted Jock weeks ago about what she described as borderline flirting. According to sources, she brought up several timestamps from El Hill episodes and fan page clips, where Jock seemed to lean in a little too close, laugh a little too hard, and compliment Rasheeda a little too frequently. Naturally, Jock denied everything. But when Rasheeda posted a boomerang, multiple cast members claimed that Kendra didn't speak to Jock for today's appearance at a VH1 dinner. And her close friend Amra, a well-known stylist, tweeted something that raised eyebrows, energy doesn't lie, trust your gut. However, the real bombshell came the night before filming when Kendra allegedly received a direct message from someone claiming to be a former paw on the dance floor. The caption for the video, which showed her and Jock dancing at a mutual friend's party, read, "Still got it." That's a love triangle detonator. So, when Kendra walked onto that stage the following day, she wasn't confused, she wasn't emotional, she wasn't processing, and she was on a mission to expose Rasheeda and Jock's emotional affair. Ask your man why he told Rasheeda that she smelled like peaches in that green jumpsuit. Now, listen, that might sound petty to the untrained eye, but in the world of Love and Hip Hop, that's war. Peaches, green jumpsuit complimenting Rasheeda. However, Rasheeda didn't back down. Instead, she got up, raised her voice, and clapped back. "Girl, I've been married longer than you've had edges." Don't you dare come at me sideways over Jock's confused little self." The audience gasped. Young Jock appeared to want to burrow a hole in the floor and vanish forever. Security was already running toward the couch, and Kendra wasn't finished. "You've been cunning since day one. You're the same chick." When security grabbed Kendra and attempted to remove her from the set, Rasheeda said something that no one had anticipated. She looked Jock in the face and said, "So are you going to tell her the truth, or should I?" Then she threw her water bottle, which was a full-on Housewives moment. The bottle missed Rasheeda by a couple of inches, but it struck a producer square in the chest, soaking his clipboard and knocking out his earpiece. The audience was still rolling when that line sliced through the set like a blade through butter. You could have heard a pin drop, but no one did because everyone's jaws were already on the ground. Jock's mouth opened and closed like a broken puppet. Kendra froze in the middle of a struggle in security's grasp, and Rasheeda stood there composedly, with her arms crossed as if she had just dropped a truth bomb and was waiting for the dust to settle. Rasheeda didn't wait for permission. "You see, Kendra," she kept her voice steady and lethal. "Your man didn't just compliment me, he sent me voice notes at 2 a.m. The Love and Hip Hop production team was whispering. Phones were out, and they were frantically trying to decide whether to cut the feed or let this chaos ride into ratings gold. Regarding how he misses, how authentic I maintain it, you claim that you don't push him intellectually. He wants me to play them now, regardless of whether those vocal notes are real or not." The belief in the audience already thought Rasheeda was a jerk. So when Kendra snapped again, she said, "Play ID, then play it." She rushed forward, knocking over a chair. But security doubled down and pulled her off the stage like a hurricane fueled by scandal. Her heels scraped the set, but her screams continued to rage. "You aren't slick, Rasheeda. You've been thirsty for Jock," Rasheeda said without missing a beat, turning to Jock. "Let's talk about the fallout now." According to backstage sources, Kendra tore off her wig, threw it at a monitor, and threatened to sue the network for emotional distress and sabotage. She accused producers of allowing Rasheeda to deviate from the script and even accused Mona Scott-Young of putting her in a humiliating situation. One insider even claimed that Kendra was kept in a dressing room for more than an hour and refused to leave until she received an apology or a restraining order. Meanwhile, Jock was caught between 2 women and 1,000 burning. When Rasheeda was backstage giving an exclusive interview to the production's confession cam, he attempted to defuse the situation with the classic line, "It was never like that. You'll blow this way out of proportion." Here's what she said, "I haven't touched that man, but Kendra better check her man's DMIs before she checks me. You want receipts? I got 'em. But you look real dumb once you see he's been fantasizing more than acting." Boom, the internet caught fire. Clips of Kendra's onstage meltdown began leaking before one viral video even produced a slow-mo edit of Rasheeda's "So, are you going to tell her the truth?" line, complete with dramatic violin music and lightning effects. But the real plot twist came when a verified blogger shared a blurry screenshot of what appears to be a voice memo from Jock's account, time-stamped at until 1 a.m. in the age of .co. At 1 a.m. in the age of .co. And we all know I've been exploring not. And we all know I've been exploring that path. But the real plot twist came when a .ehv, when I re-sive what I be with, I see, with C, a conflied quote. As I court to K's where I get up. With C to C scored let of wheeze it with 5 real with Kaklord we with thee to do a sui with you at the psychical lice do a with you with the clickbait. Truth is optional, but vibes are required. The vibe was that Jock had been out here pillow talking to Rasheeda while gaslighting Kendra like a dollar store therapist. Even celebrities jumped in as Tommy Roman tweeted, "See, that's why I mind my married business." The caption read, "You've always been the one I confide in. She doesn't get me like you do." Jock has been crushing on Rasheeda since '07. We just didn't want to admit it. Rasheeda isn't innocent, just likes the attention. And the most savage one, Kendra, is out here throwing bottles while Jock is out here throwing late-night vibes to the wrong woman. Tokyo Vanity shared a meme of Kermit drinking tea with the caption, "When your ex keeps sending intellectual late-night voice notes to your homegirl." Fans weren't letting it go either. Comment sections were flooded with comments. Examine what's actually going on here. This isn't just a romantic and hip-hop moment. It's a complete collapse of Jock's reputation. Rasheeda's polished image as the devoted wife who forgave Kirk for everything short of arson is being called into question. And Kendra's already unstable perception as the woman who tamed Jock completely exploded behind the scenes. The producers are reportedly rushing to cut the footage into an explosive mid-season teaser. Mona Scott. According to insiders, Kendra's legal team is already drafting a cease and desist letter directed at Rasheeda and VH1, demanding that the reunion footage be edited to remove what she claims are defamatory insinuations and threatening to reveal real secrets if they don't comply. Meanwhile, Rasheeda has been teasing a new song on Instagram stories, a clip that includes the lyrics, "She mad because her man wants to vent to me. Don't hate the plug, fix the battery." Is it about Jock, Kendra, or the entire reunion? No one knows, but fans are consuming it all. To make matters worse, Jock captioned a black and white photo of himself, looking into a mirror the following day saying, "No mentions, just vibes and damage control." What occurs when genuine affections turn into phony friendships and public humiliation? Collide in front of a national television audience, fallout. And I mean scorched earth, because less than 24 hours after the taping was finished, chaos broke out behind the scenes. Rasheeda disappeared and posted nothing, no story. No boutique promotion, just silent sand. If you know her, you know that this isn't a coincidence. The reason for this is that before anyone could drag her into a back-and-forth argument with Kendra on social media, she was allegedly spotted having a private sit-down dinner with none other than Kirk Frost. Yep, Mr. Infidelity. According to sources, the two were seen in a dimly lit corner booth of a Buckhead restaurant with phones face down, wine glasses full, voices low, and guess what? Kirk, the same man who once got dragged through reality TV hell for cheating on Rasheeda, hiding secret apartments, and creating more plot twists than Game of Thrones, allegedly told Rasheeda, "Maybe now you know how it felt when the whole world judged me over stuff that wasn't. We may never know if the entire story is a karma reconciliation or if Kirk is simply taking a victory lap now that the attention isn't on his mess." But let's talk about Kendra, because if you thought she was going to keep quiet after being pulled off set in the middle of a meltdown, think again. Within 3 minutes, Sis went live on Instagram with 45,000 viewers. Her hair was wrapped, her eyes were red, and her tank top was free of makeup, but her voice remained steady. She started, "I'm not crazy, I'm not insecure, I'm not delusional." She said, "But when a woman crosses a line with your man, everyone applauds for her," like she called Rasheeda a silent manipulator, accused Mona Scott Young of altering footage to make her appear unstable, and said she had screenshots and text receipts that showed Jock had been flirting with her for months. Oh, and she dropped this little grenade. "If I were being petty, I would have released the screenshots of Rasheeda sending heart emojis to Jock's Instagram stories, but I'm not yet." Then, fans were once again on the edge of their seats. And the comments section split, like Moses parted the Red Sea. But let's not forget about Jock himself. After Kendra outed a married woman, Jock posted a meme of himself photoshopped into a courtroom with the caption, "Can I plead the fifth on reality TV? Haha, real cute." However, brand sponsors weren't laughing. And within 48 hours, 2 companies reportedly paused their partnerships with Jock, a men's grooming brand, and AIN, a leaked email purportedly between VH1 producers. A representative stated, "We don't want to be associated with a storyline that includes alleged emotional manipulation, disrespect, and women attacking each other on set. That's not the image we paid for." Ouch. Yes, so now Jock is not only caught in a love triangle, he didn't control, but he's also watching his checks shrink in real time. But wait, we're not done. Footage subject line, Risk, Rasheeda, or Kendra fight segment 1 executive allegedly wrote. If we air the confrontation unedited, we risk lawsuits from Kendra. If we cut it too heavily, fans will scream cover up and we'll lose ratings. We need a middle ground. So what's the solution? The rumor is that Mona Scott is flying both women to New York for a private sit-down. Not on stage, not in front of cameras, but behind closed doors to try and break her peace before things get uglier. Reunion is unsalvageable. Mona is reportedly working on a spin-off called Damage Control Atlanta that will follow Rasheeda, Kendra, Jock, and possibly Kirk as they navigate the aftermath. Therapy, confessionals, and legal drama. Come on, do it at this point. And just when we thought this storm might subside, an anonymous Twitter account posted a grainy video shot on set. After Kendra was escorted off stage, you hear Jock lean into Rasheeda and say, "You didn't need to exert so much effort. Let her." "No, I ain't scared, you secret villain," Rasheeda responds, because that one line reframes the entire damn story. I was tired of being the secret villain. Was Rasheeda planning her own redemption arc? Fans believe so. Was she playing along? Game? Was she keeping secrets the entire time? Waiting for Kendra to break first. The secret villain began trending within 1 hour. This isn't just about Jock, Kendra, or even Rasheeda. It's about image power, narrative control, and who gets to leave looking like the victim versus the mastermind. Let's face it, Love and Hip Hop isn't just a show. It's a battleground of reputations, and every tear, text, and tweet is a weapon. Rasheeda is holding the cards. Kendra is swinging wildly in the hopes that something sticks. And Jock is attempting to survive the fallout without losing the rest of his brand. Mona is enjoying a glass of wine while she watches the chaos. The question is not who is right, but rather who is left standing after Rasheeda's cold-blooded mic drop and Kendra's full-blown breakdown. Jock's brand is bleeding. Kendra's heart is broken, and Rasheeda's baby, she may have just evolved into her final form. Reality TV's most elegant villain. Don't let that smile fool you. She didn't just survive the storm, she may have created it. We still don't know the whole story. So what's in those screenshots that Kendra is threatening to release? Why did Kirk and Rasheeda suddenly reconnect? Behind the scenes, did Mona Scott Young already secure the spinoff deal before the first slap even occurred? Because let's face it, this isn't just about love, lies, and treachery. This is a franchise war, and every confession, leak, and action I take could be a prelude to a bigger explosion. Now, I'm giving it to you all. Playing checkers, is Jock a naive pawn or a master manipulator? Do you guys even think Mona is planning this peace summit, or is it just the prelude to another viral storm? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't hold back. This is Hip Hop and Love, not Sunday school, and you already know the drill. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell like you're slapping your ex, because every week there's a new episode around here. And I promise, you won't want to miss what's coming up next.